This week, the University of the Western Cape, together with other global players, will be celebrating International Open Access Week. It runs from the 25th to the 31st of October. This year's theme aligns with the recently released UNESCO recommendation on open science, of which open access is a crucial component. Open science should embrace a diversity of knowledge, practices, workflows, languages, research outputs, and research topics that supports the needs of the scientific community as a whole. It also supports the wider public and knowledge holders beyond the traditional scientific community, including indigenous people and local communities. As the first global standard-setting framework on open science, the UNESCO recommendation will provide an important guide for governments around the world as they move from aspiration to the implementation of open research practices. This year's theme of It Matters How We Open Knowledge, Building Structural Equity, highlights the recommendation's call for equitable participation for all producers and consumers of knowledge. Open science should play a significant role in ensuring equity among researchers from developed and developing countries, enabling fair and reciprocal sharing of scientific inputs and outputs, and equal access to scientific knowledge to both the producers and consumers of knowledge, regardless of location, nationality, race, age, gender, income, socioeconomic circumstances, career stage, discipline, language, religion, disability, ethnicity, or any other grounds. At UWC, open access policy was first approved by Council in 2014, and then it was updated in 2019. In the new IOP 2021 to 2025, open access has a key component in Goal 3 as we move to a research-led university. We realize that the currency against the dollar or other major currencies has an impact on open access. To counter some of these challenges, the library is working on alternative avenues to support research, including open access publishing, open access research resources, etc. However, open access initiatives need to be embedded and embraced by the institutional workflows and adherence to sharing and caring for societal values. Dr. Shirlene Neerputh, the Library Director, will unpack the open access policy, which is Section 11 of UWC's research policy.
Thank you, Professor Frantz. This year's Open Access Week is a very special occasion. The global pandemic has brought to light the power of open access. This is attested to by the unprecedented growth of open access papers and media contributions by the University of the Western Cape researchers. It is now time to make open access a permanent feature of the research system. The pandemic has fast-tracked a digital society, with open access being a new norm. The open access policy at the University of the Western Cape was adopted in 2014 as a response to the global movement to bring about the widest circulation of knowledge for the benefit of science and society more broadly. As an institution focused on building and applying knowledge to achieve transformation for the alleviation of problems in our society, UWC recognized that the principles of open access and became a signatory of the Berlin Declaration. UWC will endeavor to maximize publications and dissemination of research that is either partly or wholly public, funded in open repositories and open publications that offer free and unrestricted access to readers. UWC believes this is the most effective way of ensuring that public-funded research can be accessed, read, reused to foster a richer culture of research. Principles that are widely recognized as best practices in open access publishing, also articulated in the UWC Open Access Policy are authors of research articles, monograms, book chapters, and associated research data and data analysis software maximize the opportunities to make their research outputs freely available. Electronic copies of research papers, open platforms, monographs, and book chapters that are accepted for publication be made available through institutional repositories within 12 months of the publisher's official date of final publication. Publicly funded researchers select publishing routes that ensure the work is available immediately for publication in its final published form. Wherever such options exist for the publisher of choice and are compliant with institutional policy. Grant holders that require additional funding to cover open access charges are assisted in line with open access publication fee fund policy requirements. Authors and publishers license research outputs using the Creative Commons licenses. The university determines a percentage of its subscription budget to support open access publishing initiatives. The university recognizes that it is the intrinsic merit of the work and not the journal publisher that should be considered for accreditation, performance evaluation, or promotion purposes. In closing, I would like to reiterate the statement from our IOP that open access initiatives need to be embedded and embraced by the institutional workflows and adherence to sharing and caring for promoting societal values. Please join us in our open access activities this week because it matters how we open knowledge and building structural equity. Thank you.